Personal development. Have you learned to understand yourself? The foundation of personal development is self-awareness. Self-awareness is an excellent place to start if you want to alter and better yourself in your life. To understand what work has to be done, you must first understand where you are right now. What is self-awareness exactly? Why is it so crucial? And how can you cultivate your own? Self-awareness is, in a nutshell, being aware of who you are as a person. But hold on, you already know who you are. No one could possibly know you better than you. Right? The truth is that we frequently struggle to fully perceive and comprehend the reasons for our actions or the underlying causes of some emotions. The bulk of individuals spend the most of their life responding, following their instincts and emotions without giving them any thought. Though these factors have a great deal of influence over us, the psychological theory of self-awareness contends that we are not the sum of our emotions, behaviors, and hormones. Instead, we are the consciousness level that is aware of those things. The theory contends that we can exert control over our emotional and instinctual reactions when we are sufficiently self-aware to be able to recognize and clearly perceive them. And in doing so, we transition from being reactive to life all the time to actively preparing and shaping it. We learn more about, as we grow more self-aware of. Our strengths and limitations include what we naturally excel at and what we find difficult despite what others may think is simple. Our moral standards, or what we hold to be right and bad. Our motivators, or the things that drive us. Our routines, the actions we take automatically without thinking. Our emotional triggers, the events or situations that make us feel intense emotions. The most crucial ability you may have is the ability to understand who you truly are. Knowing who you are allows you to take action without seeking approval from others. It enables you to save a great deal of aggravation brought on by investing time in the incorrect things. Yes, trial and error is a part of life, but this helps you identify the optimal places to experiment in. Knowing yourself will give you more self-assurance, a clearer sense of your mission, and the ability to have a greater impact on the world. Self-awareness has a lot of general advantages for your way of thinking, your self-esteem, and your outlook on life, in addition to helping you define a starting point for personal development and determine where in your life you have the potential to grow and develop. It promotes optimism. It promotes a growth mindset, which makes you believe in your capacity for development. It promotes optimism. It increases our sense of worth and self-assurance. It enables us to see the world more fully by allowing us to see things from others' perspectives. We are able to make better decisions as a result of how well it helps us handle stress and emotions. Spending time with yourself will help you become more self-aware. Again, you might object, but don't I do that 24 hours a day? But in most cases, the answer is no. We frequently miss the real you because we are so preoccupied with what we are doing and our surface ideas. It takes self-reflection and introspection to get self-aware. What can you do, then? Setting aside time for self-reflection. Self-reflection is one of the best strategies to understand oneself better. This can be accomplished, for instance, through journaling or meditation. You can write down your ideas and emotions when you keep a journal. It gradually enables you to identify previously unnoticed mental patterns and repetitive behaviors. You can learn more about yourself and the feelings you encounter frequently by keeping a journal. Self-reflection exercises can help you get valuable insights and live a life that is consistent with who you are at your core. You don't want to find yourself living someone else's life when you wake up one day. Take charge of your life now before it's too late. Challenging your assumptions. The assumptions that guide your existence must be recognized if you want to understand who you are. What shoals do you have? What are you certain you need to do? No matter what society tells you, there are no shoals. Shoals are merely expectations that you have set for yourself without hesitation. When you don't follow them, they limit your options and make you feel bad. Consider the circumstances in which you should yourself. Try substituting the word could now. Could gives you the freedom to make a decision, whereas should suggests a moral judgment. It gives you the freedom to choose for yourself what is right and what is wrong. See the examples below. I should get married. I could get married. I should take that high-paying job. I could take it. I should go to graduate school. I could go to graduate school. but I could also do something else. How are you doing? How do you feel about yourself? If you stopped evaluating everything you do and granted yourself the gift of free will, how would your life change? And how would that assist you in achieving your goals? Being aware of your core values. Knowing your core principles is crucial to understanding who you are. What do you consider to be the most significant things in the world? What ideals are you drawn to? Do you fervently want to have a positive impact on the world? Do you intend to continue studying throughout your life? Do you value your family? Do you cherish liberty? Knowing your basic principles will help you make better judgments and make achieving your goals easier. All you have to do is consider whether your choice is consistent with your principles. Is it taking me in the direction I want to go or away from what I want to go? Freedom, contribution, and growth are the top values. Make sure your decisions are consistent with your core principles at all times. Consider the following. Does this choice give me the chance to increase my level of freedom? Does it give me the impression that I'm making a contribution and altering the world? Does it present chances for development and learning? I reject anything that goes against my values. How are you doing? Do you know who you are? Do you know what is most important to you? Recognizing your strengths. Knowing oneself also entails being aware of your strengths. Do you know your strengths? How can you make a difference in the world that no one else can? Consider asking your family, friends, or coworkers for input if you have trouble identifying your skills. When we're in the zone, everything comes naturally, and we might easily forget about our advantages. We don't know that other people don't have the same access to it as us. When you struggle at work, it's sometimes a sign that you're devoting too much time to tasks that you find challenging. Instead, concentrate on your advantages. It's possible that you also need to focus on your deficiencies, but don't go overboard, since doing what you do well and excelling at it is the best gift you can give the world. You wouldn't want to pass up the chance to do so. Consider working on a project that required you to perform number calculations all day long. But what's this? You're not very good at math, unfortunately. You felt incompetent because you felt like you were struggling every day. That's because you were wasting a lot of time on things that you weren't very good at. Other side, consider this: the drafting of your first book, though, which you were currently engaged in, was pleasurable. There was no sense of a fight at all. It was essentially effortless. Additionally, based on the comments you got, you were proficient at it. You might go on to publish further books and articles as a result. Despite the fact that you are working hard on it, it doesn't feel like work at all. Choose a career you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life, as Confucius advised. So, if you haven't yet discovered your passion, keep in mind what Steve Jobs advised and never give up looking. The bottom line is to make sure you're effectively utilizing your abilities if work is a hardship for you. Spend some time figuring out your strong points. You won't regret it, I guarantee it. Understanding your personality. Do you know what type of person you are? Even though each person is unique, certain groups of people tend to have certain characteristics. You may create the life of your dreams and achieve your goals by being aware of them. You'll plan your life differently than an extrovert if you're an introvert. You wouldn't find the same things in your dream workplace. You might decide to pursue a different career. I've chosen to create a life that allows me to spend a lot of time alone since I'm an introvert, and I'm okay with that. We all have unique learning styles in addition to diverse personality types. Are you aware of the kind of learner you are? Knowing your learning style will make learning and memorization much simpler for you. To live a life that is consistent with your real self, you must be aware of your personality qualities. Share your personality test results with your family and friends if you don't think they accurately reflect who you are. Their responses could be beneficial. "That's so you," someone would exclaim. We frequently lack awareness of our own traits, virtues, and flaws. If unsure, retake the exam. Finally, keep in mind how complex people are. Don't let these tests define you because they are not an exact science. After all, your identity is what restricts you. Choosing a passion. People commonly struggle to identify their life's purpose, frequently because they are preoccupied with other things. They squander far too much time on Netflix binges and social media, or they overindulge in video games, booze, or social gatherings. The modern world has expanded into a huge amusement park that keeps us from achieving our goals. We detest being alone ourselves. Even then, the vast bulk of our thoughts are really a repetition of our social indoctrination. They are the things that our friends, family, society, and the media encourage us to believe and do. We frequently fail to obtain what we truly desire because we focus on obtaining what we believe we want. The majority of individuals haven't mastered the ability to sit in silence and honestly examine oneself. One of the reasons why people struggle to discover their passions is because of this. Finding your passion is not that easy to do, but a few excellent questions may help you identify some of the things that you enjoy doing. The following questions can help you better understand who you are and what your mission is, but you'll definitely need more. We'll cover that later, so don't worry. Consider these issues for the time being. What would you do if you had unlimited time and resources? Whom do you have envy for? What would you do if you had no family and no external pressure on your life? What objective would you set if you knew you could accomplish anything? Think about how you would feel if all of your dreams came true. Then, what would you do? The process of discovering your passion frequently takes time. I would first advise someone to minimize their exposure to television and the outside world as much as they can if they were to ask me, how can I find out what I'm supposed to do here? It would be a good idea to go on a short getaway. Keep trying different things and never give up searching to determine what you want to do with your life. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below.